In UART's communication, two UARTs communicate directly with each other. The transmitting UART converts the parallel data from the controlling device like CPU into the serial data and transmit it to the receiving UART. The receiving UART converts this data back to the parallel data which is used by the other CPU. Both UARTs use only three wires. One transmission wire which is connected to the receiving side of the other UART, and this receiving side of the first UART is connected to the transmission side of the other UART, and third is a ground wire which provides the reference. UARTs transmit data asynchronously, which means that there is no clock signal to synchronize the output of bits from the transmitting UART to the sampling of bits by the receiving UART. Instead of a clock signal, the transmitting UART adds a start and stop bit to the data packet being transferred. These bits define the beginning and the ending of the data packet so the receiving sides know when to start reading it. The receiving UARTs detect the start bit, it starts reading the incoming bits of the data at the specific frequency, which is called the baud rate. Now I will tell you what is baud rate. Baud rate is a measure of the speed of data transfer expressed in bits per second. Both UARTs must be on same baud rate. UART 1 and the UART 2 must be on same baud rate. There's only a 10% tolerance, but if the timing gets out so far, communication may be disturbed. We usually use 9600 baud rate for a normal communication. Both UARTs must know the facts like baud rate, number of data bits, parity bit is coming or not, number of stop bits, when to start reading the start bit from the clock edge or clock center. All details must be commonly shared. There can be 5 to 9 data bits. There can be a parity or not. Stop bits can be 1 or 2. These are all optional things. Let's start the start bit. Usually the UART data transmission line is normally held at high voltage levels when it is not transmitting data. To start a transfer data, the transmitting UART pulls the transmission line from high to low voltage. When the receiving side detects this transition from high to low voltage, it starts get ready and starts receiving data at the frequency defined, which is the baud rate. After the start bit, there is a part of data bits. We will talk about data bits. If there is a parity present in the data packet, then data bits will be 5 to 8 bits, depending upon the our selection. And if there is no data bit, and then there can be up to 9 bits of data. Usually least significant bit of a byte is sent first. Means after the start bit, there will be a least significant bit of your whole byte. It's the general practice. After the data, there is a factor of parity. We will see the parity. Parity is byte which describes the evenness or the oddness of the number. The parity bit is a way for receiving UART to tell if any data has changed during the transmission. Bit can be changed by electronic radiation, mismatch of baud rate, or long distance communications. When the receiving side reads the data frame, it counts the number of bits with a value of 1 and checks if the total number of ones are either even or odd number. If the parity bit received in the packet is 0, means even parity, the number of ones calculated at the receiving side must be equal to 1. Number of ones calculated at the receiving side, their sum must be an even number. If the parity bit received in the data is 1, then the sum of numbers calculated at the data packet must be equal to an odd number. When parity bit received parity bit is equal to the calculated parity bit, then it means that the data which is received is error free. If there is some difference, received parity bit is 0 and calculated parity bit comes out equal to 1, then it means there is some error. Both must be same. Now come to these stop bits. Sending data line drives the transmission line from low to the high level, which indicates that the data has been ended, and the sender side must be taking it to the high voltage from at least 1 to 2 cycles of bits. Here it comes the demonstration of the data packet which is being transmitted during UART. Now let's discuss the steps for the UART transmission. Transmitting UART receives the data in parallel from the data bus, then it converts it to serial data and adds the start bit, parity bit and stop bit to the data frame. The entire packet is sent and the receiving UART receives it based on the existing baud rate which is predefined. The receiving UART discards the start bit, stop bit, parity bit and converts the actual data packet back to the parallel form which is used by the microcontrollers. No communication protocol is perfect, but UART is pretty good. It has advantages and disadvantages. Let me explain you these. In advantages, it has a big advantage that it has only 2 wires communication. Ground is common, which is already need of the 2 systems to be communicated. Second advantage is no clock signal is necessary. Third advantage is it has a parity checking method which is used for error checking. The next advantage of is the structure of data packet can be changed from 5 to 8 or up to even 9 bits. Well documented and material is widely available. In disadvantages, the size of data is only limited to the 9 bits. Second disadvantage is does not support multiple slaves or multiple master system. Baud rate is also can be a disadvantage as we have to take baud rate within the 10% limit of each other. If baud rate is slightly have big change, then data maybe have some errors. So these are the advantages and disadvantages. We have seen the UART and its all basic theories, concepts. If you have any questions, please write down in comments, ask me freely, and you can even email me at munamnasir@yahoo.com. I will help you out. All of these will be covered in next video. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for the notification of my new videos. Thank you.